Here's an example that's going to focus on separating equilibrium. So we have an insurance company that recognizes there's two types of individuals: high risk, that have a higher probability of an accident happening, and low risk, that have a lower probability. Individuals start with $1,000, but if there is an accident, their wealth drops to $500. So from this, we can then calculate that the expected loss is equal to $500 if the accident occurs. And here we have a utility function as the square root of W. That might be slightly different than we've seen in the class notes. So let's go ahead and consider the separating equilibrium, which states that the high-risk individuals will buy full insurance and that there will be a partial insurance offered to the low-risk individuals. So based on this, let's consider what the high-risk full insurance premium would be. So the premium for high is equal to the probability that the event happens times the expected loss. So in this case, it's 0.2 times 500, or the expected, or the premium would be $100. And so that's the premium the high individuals have to pay. So therefore, in the full insurance state, then whether they buy insurance or not, or whether the event happens or not, they're going to buy full insurance. So the way to think about that is their expected wealth, or rather, their expected utility of wealth is equal to the probability that a bad event happens times the square root of the wealth that the bad event happens plus the benefit that they'd ask. This is full insurance. They would get the full benefit minus the premium that they'd have to pay for that full benefit, plus the probability that the unlikely event didn't happen times their wealth without the event minus the amount they pay in premium. Now both of these will lead to 0.2 square root of 900 plus 0.8 square root of 900, which is just equal to the square root of 900, which is equal to 30. So their expected utility is 30 under full insurance. Now what we want to look at is what would be the benefit level for low insurance people such that the high risk don't buy it. So this is where we're going to look at the probability of a high risk individual times, and I'll do the square root this time in parentheses, times their initial wealth minus the loss plus the benefit that we're going to provide in under partial insurance. So this is not going to be 500, it's going to be less than 500, minus the probability for the low risk individual times that benefit. So again, this is saying that we have their initial wealth, the bad event happened, that's why we have the 0.2. We're going to provide them with some partial insurance or reimbursement of the partial benefit, and they're going to have to pay the premium for that. So that's what that says there. We're now going to look at what happens when the event doesn't happen, and this should be to the 1/2, and that is we have $1,000, but we still had to pay the premium, and that's to the 1/2, and this needs to be less than or equal to 30, which is the utility they would get from full insurance. So again, this is using the probability of the high-risk individual to calculate the benefit of the low-risk individual. And so to do this, we'd get 0.2 times 500 plus 0.9 BL to the 1/2 plus 0.8, 1,000 minus 0.1 BL to the 1/2 is less than or equal to 30. And now we would solve for BL. Now, algebraically, this is going to be nasty by far. So let's go ahead and use computers and computation to be able to help calculate what BL is. In this case, if I use that computation, BL is going to equal to 88. So that's the benefit level that would we could give to low-risk individuals such that high-risk individuals wouldn't want to masquerade as low-risk individuals. Now notice that the benefit for the high-risk individuals, we didn't write it out explicitly, but the benefit for high-risk individuals, since they have full insurance, is equal to 500. And so that's where we get the separating equilibrium, is this full insurance going to provide them that benefit. Now, the other way to check for this is, let's go ahead and check what's the expected utility of no insurance for the low-risk individuals. And so that is going to equal the probability the event happens for them, 0.1, times 100 minus 500 to the 1/2, plus the probability it doesn't happen, which is just 1,000 to the 1/2. So we can go ahead and solve this out, which is 0.1 times the square root of 500 plus 0.9 times the square root of 1,000. And so that utility is equal to 30.70. So now what we want to ask is, are they better off purchasing insurance where they're partially insured that provides them a benefit of 88? So let's go ahead and check. So here is the partial insurance, expected utility of wealth for low-risk individuals in this case. So this is equal to 0.1 times, they start off with 1,000, the unlikely event happens, so they have to pay 500. They get $88 back because that's the benefit, minus they have to pay for that, which is 0.1 times 88, plus 0.9, and all that should be to the half. 0.9 times 1,000 minus 0.1 times 88, and all of that is to the half. So we can look what this is. So this is 0.1 times the square root of 588 minus 0.1 times 88 plus 0.9 times the square root of 1,000 minus 0.1 times 88. And when we calculate that, this is equal to 30.74, which is greater than the utility they would get without insurance. So this would then be, if we look at the overall problem here, is individuals who are high risk are going to choose full insurance and to get a utility of 30. We would then provide a partial insurance, and again, remember that the full insurance provides benefits of 500 for the unlikely event. Now, we'll also provide a benefit level of $88, which is much less than 500, and that's what's going to preclude the high-risk individuals from choosing that. And this means that the low-risk individuals are going to choose this amount and would get a utility of 30.74. So that's how we can calculate the separating equilibrium for an insurance example.